Welcome back to the Hockey Show, and the Kraken get smacked last night in their 6-4 loss to the Avalanche as the Avs take the series lead 2-1 as they go into Game 4 and looking pretty strong doing so. And in this game, it's the same story with a small twist and a same ending as last game. And I know it's not shocking because this is what the Avs just do. But let's start off from the beginning. At the beginning of the game, it's the first ever playoff game at home for the Seattle Kraken. And just a little fact that the commentators threw out during the game, it's the first playoff game in Seattle since 104 years ago with the Metropolitans and the Canadiens. I don't know why, I just think that's kind of crazy. Think about just how different everything would have been 104 years ago. I don't know, just kind of crazy to think about. But anyways, so they get to be in their home arena. They get to walk through their cool entrance, that glowing hallway. They're at home where they've lived for 2 years. They go on the ice. The crowd's going crazy. They want to make history, and they start out really strong and fast. They're looking good 6 minutes in. They're leading in shots, and they're looking good, and they're actually playing the way they need to play to beat the Colorado Avalanche. They're playing in the offensive zone. They're keeping the puck in. They're causing havoc in front of the net, and it pays off in a goal. They cause the havoc. All the Avs are sunk in. They get the puck back. They retreat a little bit back to the D-man. He sends it in, and Jaden Schwartz tips it in and gets the first ever playoff home goal, and the Kraken are starting strong. Kind of like last game, and it kind of ends the same way as well just a little later on. They go on their abysmal power play, which is it's a burden at this point. Neither team has scored a power play goal. At least the Avalanche's power play, it's bad at making a goal, but at least they're in the offensive zone passing the puck and then getting a shot off that's not that dangerous. At least they're starting something, but the Kraken's just a burden to them. It's a weakness. It's not just that they don't get anything going. It's bad against them. It's like playing a lottery card, but instead of maybe winning money, every time they scratch off, they have to lose a toe. So it's ridiculous as they let in a terrible shorthanded goal. Cale Makar breaking the ankles of one of the players from a mile away and getting it over to JT Compher, who just finishes the goal just the simplest way possible, across the goaltender in the back of the net. Good goal for Compher and Cale Makar. And this just sets the Avs off. This lights the fire. This was the fuse, and they lit it on fire. And ever since that point, it was the Avalanche's game, including McKinnon's amazing play as well. Just amazing. He pokes the puck away. It goes flying over, and he's just gone. No one can catch him. Adam Larson, he's a great defender, but he doesn't have the speed on his side. Every other scenario, one-on-one, I think Adam Larson could shut down a McKinnon play. Even a McDavid play, Larson's just that type of really good, defensive defenseman. But from that angle, he's not going to be able to catch up to him. He just goes down. McKinnon just rips it. Grubauer has any clue of where to guess where that puck's going to go. And McKinnon, he's so fast. He's going. He looks up for the second. If Grubauer's glove, if it's up here, which is where it was, he's shooting it down here. If Grubauer's trying to stay low, expecting the low shot, he's going to shoot it up high, right? So really, Grubauer, he's just got to pick and choose his spot. And the thing that I feel like hockey fans don't realize, and I think they criticize a lot about players, is it's well, how did he make that save or something? It was just a shot against him. But the shot's going 90-something miles per hour. How fast do you think this is? How fast do you think this is compared to however fast this is, And it's a small, tiny, black, circular object. There's just no way. So, anyways, I feel like people don't understand sometimes just how difficult it is to make those type of really fast, just single-shot saves. Because there's no way. You just have to guess and just assume where they're going to shoot it. He guessed right, but he was too slow. So, McKinnon scoring very late into the first period and getting them the 2-1 lead. So, the Avs start off very hot in the second period, just picking off where they left off from their onslaught play. Non-stop, shove it down your throat attitude. That's just the best way I can describe it. Onslaught, shove it down your throat. That's what they do. They get the puck out of their zone so quickly, and they don't, because what they're really good at, with the Minnesota Wild, right? When they are playing against the Dallas Stars, their shutdown way of play is different. Because with the Wild, they're very systematic. They're very good at actually just keeping like Dallas from generating any chances. Dallas wants to, so they take a shot, they block it, or there's no room to really get through, and they shoot it just right into the skate or something, and they don't allow anything to really happen. But with the Avalanche, when it's who cares? Jordan Eberle, he skates into the offensive zone. The second that guys like Byram or Girard or Makar or any of them are on the puck, immediately the puck is being challenged and it's off their stick, and the second it's off their stick or even close to getting on the Avalanche, the team as a whole is so good offensively that the second it's loose or any sort of the second they get the puck, they are able to just immediately get the pass or get the play, get the skate going up the ice again. It's such a different way of playing that I think more teams need to adopt, because no one else does it better than the Avalanche, and I don't feel like a lot of teams do it. Now, certain teams like the Lightning, let's say, they don't need to do it that way. They have their own system over there. But for certain teams that are more offensively offensively specific, kind of like the Panthers. I don't know why they don't go for more of this style of playing. But anyways, it's just a thing I'm always confused about. That the reason Colorado's so good for these kind of details, and teams that could really benefit from using them, but no one else does because the people in charge are idiots. But anyways, so after the Avs start very hot in the second period, they score right off the face-off, and I don't mean literally. Usually it's a rebound or something. Face-off, Makar, bam, right into top shelf zone. Just an easy goal for Cale Makar. He's going to shoot that one right in that spot all the time. And those are the type of shots that, I know I just complain hockey fans, they don't understand how doing this isn't fast enough as the puck goes by you, right? But sometimes I don't understand how did Grubauer not save that one? I'm sure he didn't see it, but how does he not get the glove over there? I don't know. But I know I'm contradicting myself. Whatever, doesn't matter. Moving on. So it's all over from there because wait a second. The Kraken actually almost come back right after this goal. The Kraken's giant, Jamie Alexiak, he goes in with a smooth play in the offensive zone, just playing on the offense, jumping up, and he just scores a smooth goal, just forward, backhand, just bam, in the back of the net. He scores the goal. The crowd goes crazy. They're like, okay, we're not dead. We're not dead. We bounced back. They just scored. We're bouncing back. Let's go. And they did. Matty Beniers, right afterwards, puck goes to the defender's stick, kind of right, kitty corner to the net. He just shoves him off and then shoots the puck into the net himself. Genius play by a young man, getting his first career playoff goal. Matty Beniers, he's definitely Rookie of the Year. I think Johnston shouldn't be just such a pushover when it comes to picking the winner, but I think Matty Beniers, if he gets at least 2 more goals or 1, or just plays a little bit better in this series, I think he wins the Calder in my eyes. I think he's already won it, but whatever. But Matty Beniers, they're up 3-2. They're so close. 1 more goal. That's all they need. All they need. Nothing happens for the rest of that period. We go into the third. The Avalanche, I will say, did resume their usual style of play, but I feel like the Kraken had a little bit more of a stake in the matchup. But then in the third period, at least they had the second period to look on, because 3:01 into the period, Rantanen scores his first goal of the playoffs with just the easiest way to score in the world. I mean, the guy he scores the easiest way in the world for a guy like Mikko Rantanen. I mean, you're going to feed him the puck for a one-timer on his forehand. He's going to score that every day, especially right there in the slot. He just gets the feed. He finishes it. It's surprising that no Kraken guys were on him. Don't know how that even happened. The Kraken need to tighten up their defensive pressure. But then just a little while later after that goal, a minute and 28 seconds or so, Nathan MacKinnon with his second goal of the game. And now the score is out of reach. It's 5-3. The Avalanche have just gone into their onslaught style of play. Kraken have no foot in edgewise. They can't get anything going. and it's the same story again, just with the little twist that they almost came back and tied it in the second period. Empty net happens. Nothing really that dangerous is generated for the Kraken. Rantanen then scores the goal, getting his second of the series and second of the game, and I think finishing his 3 or 4 point night. And then later on, Schwartz actually scores another goal. Kind of surprising, and this is kind of a good goal to have, because if you're going to lose a game, I gotta say, one of my least favorite things, if you play like NHL or something, and you're playing against your buddy, and if you're winning like that game, let's say 6-3, you're beating him 6-3, and you're like about to end the game with a minute left. One of like the most it feels like just such a shame is giving up that goal right at the end, like in that last minute, and you like don't want to get scored on. Like there's no chance he comes back and wins, but it's like you're winning, you just gotta close the deal, and then they score a goal. It just kind of is deflating. So that could be very good going into next game if that sticks with the Avalanche and the momentum of the series, but probably not. And I'm sure next game we'll probably see the same thing. But really, the Avs this game, they show that they have it back. I was concerned in Game 2 that after it was only really a period and a half that they were the Avalanche of last year in the playoffs. And I was like, can they keep this up? To begin the game, it didn't look like it. But then they smoothed into their position. And now they just got to close the deal. They just got to play out the rest of this series. I think if they play up against a team like Minnesota, that might be a different story. They might have to play a different style of way. Things will be different. But for this series, this round alone, they just got to close the deal. 2-1 lead. They just got to get those 2 more wins, survive another game against Seattle, and I feel like if they win next game 3-1, they're definitely going to win this series. If they lose next game, I don't know. I don't think the Kraken are the type of team that I feel like if you give any momentum to, they might just surprise you. But really, I don't think they have a shot. I think the Avalanche, they just need to not get too cocky. They need to not just get a little too lackadaisical on the puck and lazy with their plays. I don't mean lazy as in not trying, but I mean trying to be too confident and do too much, and they mess up kind of like the Maple Leafs do. And that's really it for Colorado. For the Seattle Kraken, what they need to do what they did in the first 10 minutes of this game and last game. They need that offensive pressure, and they need to score on the freaking power play. Both these teams do, but when you're playing against the Avalanche, you need to score goals. You need to produce offense if you're going to compete with them. And on the power play, it's a great opportunity for you to do that. You got a lot of guys that can score goals on this team. They just need to score on some of those power plays and really just keep the puck in the other zone for a little while longer. They need to get the puck into the corners. Don't make the stupid play. Don't do a Avalanche style of play. Get the puck around, pass it to the defense, into the corner, around the net, back up to the D, and then switch it up and then back into that corner and then maybe send it to the middle or something. Anything, just keep the puck in the other zone for a little while longer. Cause some havoc in front of the net like you did at the beginning of this game and when you're scoring those goals. It's not that hard. It is when you're playing against the Avalanche, but they're not even trying to do that. It feels like they're playing a different type of game that they're trying to win, and it's just not working. So really, they need to find that offensive pressure, and they need to slow down in their defensive zone. They need the Avalanche to not be able to go on their onslaught. They need to just stop what's going on there. It's not, I don't want to say it's obvious what they do, but I feel like the Kraken, they need to have their guys, especially on the Avalanche's defensemen, they need those guys on the freaking point. They need those guys on the blue line stopping Manson from getting the puck, stopping Makar from getting the puck, and Girard, the whole defensive lineup. So, really, I think the Avalanche have a pretty good shot of winning this series, but I think if Seattle can find what they did in Game 1 and buckle down and actually play solid positioning, solid offensive pressure, the series isn't out of reach. They're only behind by 1 game. If they tie, if we win next game, they're totally winning this. Not totally winning, but they're totally in this series. If they give up next game in the same fashion that they did today, they've got no chance. So, really, I think it comes down to next game, how the series is going to play out. Does the Kraken find their counter, or does the Avalanche just run them over? And that's all I got to say. So thank you for watching this. If you've enjoyed and gotten to this point, please, I'm begging you, please subscribe. And until next time, too sweet, have an amazing day, and ta-ta for now.